Hello, my little cosmic cuties. Welcome to Celebrity Astrology Investigation, where we look to the stars to understand our favorite stars. I'm still Aliza Kelly, a New York City-based author, host, and celebrity astrologer, here to investigate pop culture and celebrities a few birth charts at a time. Doja Cat is always on my mind. And not just because TikTok has burrowed so deeply into my psyche, making her song seem like it's my own internal monologue. I think it's because Doja Cat is an icon.
I never thought I'd be dressed as a worm while accepting an award.
Is it too early to declare Doja Cat an icon? Is she an icon in waiting? Do I have the ordained ability to proclaim icon status? I do. My little witchy senses are tingling. A person like her doesn't usually come out of nowhere. Perhaps it was destiny all along. Let's look at her chart. Doja Cat was born October 21st, 1995 at 7:14 a.m. in Los Angeles, California. Rumor, aka Wikipedia, says she named herself Doja Cat after her cat and her favorite strain of weed. Okay, so enough of that. Back to the chart. Doja Cat is a Libra sun, Libra rising, and Virgo moon. Looking at her chart, I see that she has a sun north node conjunction, and the moon is at a late degree of Virgo, meaning she was born just a few days away from a total solar eclipse, making her an eclipse baby. Eclipses are very special. They activate the north and south nodes of destiny, and during these lunations, everything is extremely extreme. Think J-Lo and Ben Affleck touching butts again on a boat. Speaking of which, check out my read on this Bennifer situation. It's link in bio, baby, over here somewhere. Events are fated during eclipses. So if you happen to be born during this lunation, well, your entire life is going to have that signature fated flavor. People born on the eve, during, or within the shadow of an eclipse tend to live just more extreme lives. It's not just that everything feels more dramatic, everything is more dramatic. Which is why when I see the signature in Doja Cat's chart, I know that she's channeling her energy into fame. That is certainly in the stars for her. The 12th house is the last domain in the birth chart. Think of it as the final frontier. It's this ethereal, liminal space between worlds. Whenever I have a client with strong placements in this area, especially personal planets like the Sun and Mercury, I always ask what thresholds mean to that individual. In other words, there's the life that we know, the life that exists in this physical domain, but then there's another alternative reality this individual operates in simultaneously. I've worked with people who have strong 12th houses, who can speak with spirits, read people's auras, or even contact energies in other dimensions. Honestly, it's possible that Doja Cat's extremely galactic aesthetic is an extension of her 12th house powers. Perhaps she's really collaborating with creative extraterrestrials. If you think her music is oddly infectious, maybe it's because she's been awarded keys to the universe, and with that, she has the ability to beam into the subconscious of every living organism on this side of the Milky Way. Did you ever think about that? Did you ever think that these cosmic costumes may not actually be a costume at all? I'm not saying it's true. I'm just saying, think about it, because it might be true, and it's probably true. Whatever. I'm just a girl who can read the stars, so don't shoot the cosmic messenger. So where is she headed? Where is this space queen going next? I see that Jupiter, the planet of expansion, abundance, and exploration, will be heading into her 5th house of creativity, passion, and artistic expression at the very beginning of 2022. Jupiter will remain in this domain for the first half of next year, marking an incredible time of innovation for this dynamic Libra. When Jupiter creates an opposition to her 24-degree Virgo moon, the moon, of course, representing our emotional inner world, in April 2022, I think it's very possible we're going to get a very intimate, very vulnerable peek into Doja Cat's internal life. Will she release a heartfelt ballad, a captivating memoir, the elixir to immortality bestowed upon her by the gentle souls of planet Her? We'll have to wait and see. But one thing's for sure, Doja Cat's star is rising, and we absolutely love to see it. Don't you say so? TikTok. Aliza Kelly. On TikTok. Be nice, teenagers. Uh-oh. Would you look at the time? It's Q&A time. It's time for me to cue your A's and to A the Q's. Q&A's. We're gonna do it together. Claude Escargot and I will cue your A's together. A stellium is 3 or more planets in the same sign or house. So in astrology, we have obviously a lot of planets. And of these lots of planets and celestial bodies, there are planets that are personal planets, and then there are planets that are called transpersonal planets. So the personal planets, including the luminaries, the sun and moon, are Mercury, Venus, and Mars. These are the planets that show up in your day-to-day life. The transpersonal planets, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, so on and so forth, involve generations, long-term events. These aren't necessarily things that are going to define your personality, but could certainly influence your personality if they are connected to a personal planet. So that is how we categorize the different planets of the solar system. If you have a Q you want me to A, please leave it in the comments. I would love to cue your A, whenever, wherever. What is an eclipse? An eclipse is a very important astrological event that occurs when the sun, the moon, and the earth line up in perfect harmony. So we have two different types of eclipses. We have solar eclipses and we have lunar eclipses. Solar eclipses are when the moon blocks the sun, and lunar eclipses are when the moon gets between the sun and the earth, so the moon from our vantage appears red. That is why often lunar eclipses are called blood moons. An opposition is an aspect in astrology. It is when two planets or celestial bodies are meeting 180 degrees apart from each other. So this means that they are standing in opposite sides of the sky. An opposition is a very powerful, very potent aspect, and it really means that there's going to be some sort of resolution, some sort of action taken. However, the path to get there may feel like it's a little disparate. Lunations are really a moon-based event. Lunation is something that the moon is doing. So this could be a new moon, it could be a full moon, it could be an eclipse. It could also be the waxing crescent, it could be the waning gibbous. So it's really what the moon is doing is the lunation. You're really making sure I'm an astrologer. All right, well then what's the fucking lunation? That is all my astro detectives. Again, I'm Aliza Kelly. Let me know which celebrity we should investigate next. Comment below and keep your eyes on the stars, especially Doja Cat. I'm very interested in what's going on there. Toodles. Doja Cat was born October 21st, 1995. 1995? She's a baby. She can't even rent a car. It's really sad to high five when there's no one extending their hand. For my internet elders, Doja Cat is a little bit like Xenon girl of the 21st century. Does that date me? Does anybody want to date me? I'm just kidding, I'm engaged.